Okay, so here's the first Lego puzzle box. You notice this panel comes out. It's got this odd thing here. Can't really seem to do anything with it. So we explore the box further. And we have another panel that comes out. Also, got some sort of wall behind a wall. So, let's see what else we got. Oh, a little door with a little steering wheel. We'll just attach that on right there. And notice the ceiling doesn't move. Turn the wheel. Ceiling rotates. So, first stop for our ceiling is over here, right where the little arrow is. We start turning this clockwise, but it sort of gets stuck. We actually need to turn this back. Turn this clockwise, and as that happens, the door opens with a green gun-shaped thing. So, turn this back down so that we've got to close the hatch. Alright, turn the wheel back down so we can rotate this further. Now we rotate it all the way to this side. Start turning it. Watch very carefully. Whoa! And that just went flying out and under my bed. So, open up the drawer. Oh, nothing in that one. There we go. Suction cup head. Put together the suction cup. Now for the final step. We can finally pull this panel out. That didn't seem to do anything. Oh wait, yes it did. Secret hatch on the bottom with Lego Sundisk. And now we can close it all back up. And show you how it works. So that's the cool part, right? How it works. Cockamamie thing. Well, let's just open it up. Okay, so on the inside, we have a few different sections. Actually, the most important thing is this worm gear. You can spin it around. So, starts off over here. It's not attached to anything. And this little thing is up. And when it's all tightened, the only way to get enough power to turn this is with this wheel. You can use your finger, but since you can't see the inside, it doesn't really matter anyway. And that is preventing it from rotating, because this blocks up in there. So you have to get this wheel and lower this, and then you can rotate this. You can move the worm gear over here. And when it's lined up with this gear, and you spin it, it spins this gear, which does open this secret panel on the side, but only when you move this out of the way, because when this is up, it blocks it from spinning. When it's down, it blocks this door from going up. Right, and then that's where you get this green thing. Right. And if you keep moving the worm gear, you eventually get to this. It goes up against this gear sideways and rotates it. And I don't know if you can see, but there's another gear on the other side of these bars, which then turns this gear on the side, which is attached to, you can see this gray, it's covered with those collar bush pieces, whatever you want to call them. That ultimately connects to a missile launcher, which I shall now fire at my cameraman. And that blasts this thing out of the way. And then, once you get the suction cup, which I have to make again, you can remove this, which, if you can see, it attaches to two bars, which are running through sort of a hole, and there's these springs. When you remove the bars, the springs can release, popping this out of the bottom. It's a little hard to see, but it's basically you push this up, stick this through the holes, goes out to the other side so that it can't go down. And the only way to pull it out is with the suction cup, which is why you have to do the other parts of the box. And that's about it for this box. This one, just built today. It's not really so much a puzzle, but it's just pretty cool. Over here you have 4 buttons, and if you try pressing them, they don't depress unless you press the correct button first, which is this one. See, that goes in. Now you try pushing some other buttons. there's the next correct button. Then that one. Once you push all of them in the right order, you can pull out the box. If you notice beforehand, just reset that here. This box is locked in. Enter the code, pull it out, get your treasure, or whatever you want to keep in there, candy. That slides in, and then on the back, you just push these little pins back in. Now, the way this one works, it's got two main sections. I don't know if I can get this sealing off so easily. Alright, so this section is just a series of bars that, the way they work, can't move the earlier ones until the other ones move out of the way. So first this one's got to move out of the way, and this one can move, and then etc. And those are attached to the buttons in this section of the box, which is pretty secure. It's basically a crisscross of worm gears and other gears. So you see this button has a worm gear back here and a gear lined up that attaches to the one in the back, and then the next one attaches through a worm gear to this. The worm gears are just to basically push the gears underneath them, and all those connect, and then you can push these in the back to reset everything. Just all clicks back into place, and then these are stuck, and these go behind these little nubs which are on the main box, so kind of rubs up against the bars until you move all the bars out of the way, and then the nubs are free to slide. You can open that up. Alright, I'm not going to put this back together right now. Lastly, this is the Cryptex kind of thing from Da Vinci Code. It's basically got 4 rings. Since they're made out of random colored pieces, so you can't really tell which way to line it up. But when it is lined up, you can just push this and it'll push the rod out. I'm going to give this over to my cameraman because he knows the code. I don't remember which alignment of random pieces it is, but this one's pretty simple. If you can get it open, yeah. And you can't actually keep anything of this because the cylinder isn't hollow. You don't really make round Lego pieces big enough. But you can see, yeah, the cylinder has a bunch of teeth and fits into here. It gets kind of stuck. And then the rings, so some of the rings go over the square parts of these little square nubs that are sticking out. So they can't rotate, so those are the fixed rings. And then the square rings can rotate because they're around the round part of the cylinder. And the square rings each have a section on them, a bigger section that fits over the key. But once you put it on and rotate it, the big section is no longer lined up with the part sticking out here. So the rings will hold the key in place. It's basically how these Cryptex works, for anyone who is wondering. It's not that complicated. And if the cylinder was hollow, you could put like a cap on it or something, and that's how you'd be able to store something in these. It's kind of hard to make it out of Legos because you don't really have round pieces, but as long as the square rings go around a round piece, you can rotate them and make this little frame just to keep everything in place. That about wraps it up for these Lego boxes that we've got lying around. Oh, what a mess. Alright, well, now you know how it works, so go build your own, or come up with your own ideas. Thanks a lot.